Hello, welcome back to Steve's Retirement Corner. Protect against the downside in retirement. That's what I'm doing, Doc, for just about everything. I'm trying to prevent a short-term disaster from totally destroying my retirement. Is what I'm doing. For everything, not just the financial part, though. And the financial's a big one. I got my finances, I got my 401 split into a 60-40 portfolio. 40% out of the market. It's not as volatile. It's less risky, and it gives me less returns. The 60% I got going into the stock market or into the market or is a little bit riskier, a little bit higher chance of returns, but he's got them high swings. I went 60-40 on the 401 specifically because that 40% gets me to my full retirement age at 67, where I don't have to worry about the swings of the market. I'm not penalizing myself by the market dropping 20% on a short-term disaster, 20 or 30% down, then I'm taking out on top of it. Something like that I might not ever be able to recover from, And on the backside of that, by taking out my 401k now, I'm hoping it prevents some kind of tax bomb, later on when RMDs kick in. My RMD won't be as large as it would be if I didn't. Try to keep me in the lowest tax brackets. Health-wise, mental and physical. The little bit of exercising that I do. I started out slow, body weight exercises, a little walking around the park. After not having a strict exercise routine for years, I wanted to start out slow and not have a high chance of injury, and that would make me lose my gains, and maybe unmotivate me as far as carrying on with it. I just recently started adding in some weights, some resistance training. How's that? But by exercising, I'm hoping to stave off the natural tendency of your body to decline over the years. Maybe sneak in one more good healthy year, And the better condition you're in, the better chance you got of recovering from something like the flu, pneumonia, Fauci fever, or maybe a broken hip. The better condition you're in, the better chance you got of making a full recovery faster and not have something lingering around that could ruin your health going through retirement. Mentally, man, I think a lot of people forget about how important staying mentally active is. I don't have too much trouble with that because I rarely go through a week that I don't find at least one thing that I'm interested in and want to learn more about. Reading, studying on that topic, keeps my mind active. The mind is not a muscle, but it acts just like one. If you don't use it, you lose it. And I'm trying to stave off the disaster of having cognitive decline as I get older. Might not be able to prevent it, but maybe I can squeak me out another year. Choosing my health insurance, I did that the same way. I didn't pick the lowest cost for the monthly premium. I picked what I thought was going to prevent turn a small disaster like a broken hip into a major disaster. 2 or 3 night hospital stay. And I just couldn't, I wouldn't be able to recover from that. I could pay for it, but, if I get insurance that can pay for it and I don't have to pay but just a tiny bit, that's what I was looking for. To prevent that temporary disaster from ending up into just total devastation for me. You know, I ain't as young as I used to be. Surprise, surprise. But you know, something that might have given me a 2 or 3 hour visit to the emergency room at 25 or 30 might put me in the hospital for 2 or 3 nights now. You know, I don't recover as quick. I just don't have that 25 or 30-year-old body no more. That the internals either. You know. So, you know, some people do fine with taking a lower monthly premium and trying to squeak by and make sure they don't have no major troubles. But as we age, man, the major troubles pop up and you don't even know it. You know, they just come out of nowhere, seems like. And I'm trying to prevent that from causing a disaster in my retirement. That's what I'm doing. Man, I know this is overkill. I thought about stuff. It just didn't need to be thought about, you know. But it was the way I am. And it's what I had to do in order to retire. Feel comfortable going. You know, I thought retirement was important. You don't spend a third of your life unemployed without a job. You just don't do that on a whim. And I didn't want to screw up because I was too lazy to sit down for 5 or 10 minutes and think about it. You know, that's all it was. And hopefully that stuff's going to pay off next year, especially financially. You know, they're talking every year this time. They talk about what's going to happen next year in the market. They did last year. Thought this year was going to be just awful. Recession, and was talking about how deep it was going to be and everything else, and they were all wrong. But you know, eventually, you know, even a broke clock is right twice a day. So, you know, and the way they're talking and stuff, yeah. Hopefully, I'm set up good. And in theory, the plan should work. It just depends on whether I got enough nerve to stick with it when I lose 30 or 40%. You know, I never had to deal with it before being unemployed. So, but I mean, I can take out the non-invested portion and it should make out okay. And it should give me time to recover before I need it. That's what I'm hoping for. It's the same for all that stuff. It's just a hope and a plan. But I think it gives me my best shot of having a successful retirement anyways. Well, y'all take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll talk to y'all later.